Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here with a thrift haul from the last month or so, and most of the items I bought over the Labor Day weekend. That Saturday our local thrift store has a customer appreciation day. And so you can go, and they have kind of a big like town thing. And there's a ton of people from town that go and shop. So it's kind of like a little get together thing. But they offer a free lunch for everybody, which is really nice. And they have like a silent auction that helps the local women's shelter. And then they also have they open up the thrift store, but everything is 50% off, so a lot of people shop on that day for that particular reason. And so I did go and decide to deal with the big crowds, because we also deal with the lake people too that shop on that weekend too. So I found a ton of deals everything was 50% off. And then I have a couple other small random things that I had picked up at a different thrift store. And one of the other random things that I'll share at the very end of the video is I did find another wedding dress at the other local thrift store that I spent $25 on. And so I will just either insert a picture of that at the very end or a quick little video of that one. So be on the lookout for that one at the end of the video. But so I'll just kind of get into what I picked up at the thrift store, and if I picked it up at the other thrift store at regular price, I'll tell you guys. Otherwise, everything's 50% off. So these earrings were 50 cents. I just thought they were pretty to add to, as bling to some sort of project. And then this one was originally $3, so I got this for $1.50. And I've been looking at this one for a while. I just thought this one would be pretty for charms. They kind of look like leaves for Christmas, or not Christmas, for fall. So I picked that one up for half off. These also are half off. They had $1 originally, so 50 cents each on these ones. Just little treat bags that I use sometimes when I do Happy Mail or swaps with people. Sometimes it's nice to have little treat bags to stick items into, because you can always decorate the front or put a little doily over the top. So there's a lot you can do with these, but for that price I had to pick those up. And then they had this set of envelopes and cards. The envelopes are missing, but the cards are still in it. I know I've picked these ones up from Hobby Lobby before. And it's the heavy cardstock, which is really nice. So they had it listed at $1, so I got it for 50 cents. And I have a ton of envelopes. So it's just nice to have kind of some pre-made cards that already have the fold in them. So I picked that one up. And then, let's see, this little pile of paper right here, my dad actually picked up somewhere, and he's had it for a long time, and he kind of forgot about it, and he had it sitting in his garage, and he told me when I went to go visit him the other day to pick up some stuff, he's like, oh, I have some paper for you that's been in my garage for a long time. So it's just some decorative paper. And again, he doesn't remember where he got it or how much he spent on it. But this one is raised. It has little gold dots and it's raised. And this is kind of a sheer kind of paper. So just a couple different things there. So he picked that one up for me at some point. And then this one I got so it was originally $5, so it's $2.50. And this one I haven't even opened it up yet, but it looked like it had vellum in there, and I was actually getting low on vellum. I was looking for some vellum in my drawer the other day, and I just noticed I was getting low. So when I saw this at the thrift store, and I got it for $2.50, I picked it up because it looked like there was vellum in here. So this one's just says white vellum notes, and then same with this one. So these ones are a little bit smaller sized, which is perfect for layering over things. And then they had this buff marble vellum color, and then this was a natural translucent vellum on this one. This one actually looks like it has a little bit of color to it, but it has a little bit of a texture to it. But again, just for some of my crafting and junk journal stuff, just to add a little bit more to that. So again, half off on that one. And then this I just picked up just more because I was intrigued by it. I know there's a lot of glare. It's called Quick Rust medium weight steel, and I think people must have used them, you know, maybe when I was a young kid. I think maybe some of my mom's friends made things with this type of stuff, but like little hearts, angels, wings, ornaments. And this one's a 9x14 sheet, and there was several of these. I just picked up 2 packs, so I got them for 50 cents just because I was more curious about them, just to have something. And it says you can quick rust stuff with apple cider vinegar, and there's like this one looked like there was a package and then a partial one, and they were connected. But I just thought they were interesting, you know. Who knows what I'll come up with this, but just another little random thing for my stash that I didn't pay very much for. This was originally $1, so I paid 50 cents for it, and it just had some nice little flowers in it. They had some flat flowers and then some mulberry paper flowers in there, so I picked that one up for 50 cents just for that whole pile. I thought that was a decent deal. And let's see, this one was $5, so I paid $2.50 for it. And I just couldn't help myself, all these wood spools. And I do actually use the thread on these on my sewing machine. So I do use the thread, and then I take the spools and use them for something else. A lot of these somebody had actually written on them, so I won't feel guilty about painting over some of those. But this one had kind of a wide variety of colors in there, so I picked that up. And then they also had a bag. This one was 50 cents. These ones I think are more craft spools. These ones aren't the vintage ones. But again, I only had to pay $1 for that whole bag, so I thought that was definitely worth picking up. I sometimes like to make tassels out of these and decorate them. A couple more random things from the office supply section. They had like index cards, and they usually have them and they're a decent deal. I pick them up. So they had $1 on each of these, but then I only had to pay 50 cents for the pack each. And this one, there's no lines. This one has lines on it. And this was one of those things I really didn't need to pick up another one. I have a full one that I'm kind of working on. But this one was only $1, and so I just couldn't, you know, so then I only had to pay 50 cents for it, and I just couldn't leave it there. I couldn't let it go. You know, it's funny when I was looking at it, and I was standing next to a gentleman who was, and he's like, man, he's like, I'm having a hard time letting things, you know, not taking things at prices. And I said, me too, you know, when you get stuff and it's, when you can get things for, you know, half off, and then they're cheap to begin with, you know, so 50 cents for a Rolodex card. I've been altering Rolodex cards, and it actually looks like somebody used this one. There's a few numbers and stuff on this one, but that's okay. You know, somebody used some of them, but I've been altering another one, and so I'll just have more cards available, or I'll have an extra one to use. And this one came from a different thrift store, and the price was 50 cents on this one, or other local thrift store. And these ones were hand ripped and dyed cotton ribbons. And they were a rust color. And so when the whole package was 50 cents, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these in there, I picked it up just because I thought that was a great price for that one. That's where I got the wedding dress. And then this one was 50 cents, and there's a bunch of random like star charms. There's like a sombrero in there. There's a horse. There's some wings in there, so I picked that one up also. Here was a cute little box. Original price was 50 cents, and I picked that up at that same store as the wedding dress, so I paid regular price for this one. But I like altering little boxes like this and just using them in Happy Mail. So I picked that one up for 50 cents. I thought that was a good deal. This was originally $3, so I paid $1.50 for it. I altered a clock maybe a year or two ago, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was kind of this style. And so for that price, I picked this one up because I've been wanting to alter another one. So if I remember, I will try and link that one below. I might have even done a tutorial on it of me altering it, because I did take the back off and figured that out. So, and as soon as I picked this up to do the video, it started ticking, so I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it wasn't ticking when I bought it. So it's just kind of interesting that now I've touched it and it's making noises. The next couple random craft things that I picked up, these were like quick cuts. They're for cutting dies. They're magnetic pieces, so like you would put your cutting dies on these and they hold. And they're in these little folders. And our thrift store has had these for a long, long time. And they must have had like about 15 or 20 of them. Someone probably got rid of them. And so I just wanted a few of them just to have for, like if I go visit my mom and I just want to take a couple cutting dies. Or maybe at Christmas time, I was thinking like if I just keep on reusing a few of them, this one has a little more space than the little envelopes that I store my stuff in, that I could just put them on the magnetic board and then have it sitting like this way next to my die cutting machine so I can look at stuff a little easier during the holidays and just pick the ones off that I wanted. And originally our thrift store, I think they had like $5 price tags on them, and then I noticed when the last time I was in there they had changed all the price tags to $1, so I thought, well, that's a little more tempting. But then I knew the 50% off sale was coming, so I thought, well, I'll just see if they're still sitting there, or some of them are still sitting there when they're $1, and there was. So I just picked up 4, because I didn't need all of them, because I have my own storage method. These ones were just little extras, like I said, to use next to my cutting station, just to have some magnet sheets, just so stuff maybe doesn't get lost when I'm die cutting, or to bring to my mom's when I just want to bring a small couple, a few of them to my mom's. And let's see, the next thing I have to share with you is just kind of a little crocheted linen thing that my mom found. And this one does have a hole in it. It's a huge tablecloth, and I'm not going to open it all the way because I don't think I possibly can on camera. But she bought it for me because it was 75 cents, and there was a hole in the middle of it. And it's kind of a buttercream yellow color. She wasn't sure if I could use it or not, because usually I'm more vintage colors. But I might be able to cut some of the pieces out and maybe use them on a fall-themed project. Again, back to the thrift store where everything was 50% off. They have little bins with doilies in them. And they have them priced like small, medium, large, extra large. And the smalls start off at $0.25. Mediums are 50 cents. And the prices go up. So when you go up there, you just tell them what bin you got stuff out of. And so this one was out of the medium one. So originally it was 50 cents. So then I only had to pay $0.25 for this one. And I always look in that bin, those bins. There just hasn't been much in those ones lately. But this one, they had the little Battenberg one. And so, of course, I had to grab it. Also, at the 50% off sale, I've been kind of eyeing these curtains for a while. They're just kind of some sheer curtains, and I like the color of them. And I like to use them kind of as little lining pieces when I make like my doily flowers. And I just wanted this color of material. I wanted a little bit darker vintage color. Original price on this was $4, so I got it for $2. And there's 2 curtains there. Just some more kind of like heavier linen type material. This one was $1, and it was a pretty good piece. So I'm not going to open it up all the way, but just to kind of show you guys the size of that one. And I usually pick up when I find neutral colors at the thrift store. If they're good prices like that, I pick them up. I also picked this one up for $1, this little jar. I like these little jars. And I just store random things in my craft room in them. So I picked that up for storage. Again, at my at the thrift store, they had this bag. And I think the price tag fell off of it, but they put a bunch of more like lining type fabric in here. Some of it I think they might have taken off of like other things and put it in here. But it originally was priced at $5, and I paid $2.50 for it. So there was a bunch of different colors. Some of these I might not use, but I liked, there was a dark pink, a lighter pink. There was a vintage color in here too, a vintage brown. And there was black, which I might use. And I might take a little bit of this color and save it for making a flower or two in a fall theme. But I don't know, maybe I'll save the bright green one. I don't know, because I can maybe use that one on a Halloween thing down the road if I make something Halloweenish. But I picked that one up because I've been watching this one for a while and thinking that, well, maybe once it goes 50% off, I'll buy it. So for $2.50, I got that one. Some more random things. This one was $1, so I paid 50 cents. It's that pretty trim that Hobby Lobby had with roses and beads on it. And then there was some Art Institute glitter. Originally, they had $1 on it, and I got it for 50 cents. I don't use glitter very often, but when I do like the Art Institute glitter. I don't even know if they still sell it or not, but I have a bunch of it, and I didn't think I had this color. And for, 50 cents, I thought that was a great deal. Here was some vintage seam binding. They had 99 cents for 2, so I got it for like 50 cents for both of them. These were like the old eyelets, and sometimes I like the style because the ends turn over really easy when you use them, the ones that are made, these old vintage ones. And so they originally had 30 cents on them, so I only paid 15 cents for them. And their other little vintage item I picked up, this one was 30 cents, so I got it for 15 cents. It just little snaps, and I'm still looking for some white ones to thrift. But a couple of times when I made things, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if I had a little snap there or Velcro? And so, and usually I use Velcro, but I might start using the snaps. And then they had 2 of these pinettes. They're like, if you need to eliminate sewing on shank buttons. And I just thought they were interesting shaped safety pins. I've never seen anything like that before. So, but they're made for buttons. So originally someone paid 10 cents for the whole thing, but there's just 2 left. But I thought that was an extra little added fun bonus thing on the side. Then here's some flatback pearls or gems, whatever you want to call them. They probably came from the Dollar Tree or maybe the dollar bin at Michael's. But everything again was half off, so this one was $0.25. This one was 40 cents. This one was also 40 cents. This one, none have been used. This purple one, it looked like there was a couple that they had used. This pink, 40 cents I paid. The white one is full, which is the one I use the most, 40 cents. And then the pink one, a couple are missing. But again, I paid 40 cents for that one. And then this one, they had 50 cents on it, and I paid $0.25 for it. And this one's kind of a navy blue with like maybe some rhinestones on the outside. And I thought those were really pretty. So again, I picked that one up. I thought I did pretty good on those. I did pick up a couple of random books, and at our thrift store, and again, they were half off. So this one they counted as a paperback, and it just looks like someone's calendar from 1925. And it's been a little written on, but not really. And it looks like it's in another language, part of it. I'm not quite sure what language, but whoever it was lived in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. And, I thought this was kind of a fun little calendar. They had some addresses on there, but most of it's blank. But again, I just thought it would be fun to use for ephemera making. And so I bought that. And then also this one was another vintage book and it's falling apart and some pages were missing. This one was from 1923, but I saw that there were some pages missing, so I don't feel bad about using this. Let's see. Next I did pick up boxes, some more boxes besides that one I showed you earlier. This one was 3, so I got it for $1.50. And I just like the wood on this one. It obviously had like some maple syrup in it. And then I picked up a couple cigar boxes. I really don't need any more cigar boxes, but I do, because I do a lot of storage in like this style of cigar box. And these ones I usually decorate, but I just couldn't help myself. The $1.50 for that one. This one was also, I ended up paying $1.50 for that one. And see, this one was, I ended up paying $1 for this one. I also picked up a bingo game. Original price was $4, so I paid $2 for it. And I do like using the bingo cards for things. And what I thought was nice about this one is that there was green in there. I was thinking Christmas, and there was a couple of red ones in here. There was some blue ones. So it's probably a, you know, a full kit or a full set, and then just some extra ones. But they all looked kind of vintage in here. So I already had some blue ones before, but I didn't have any green vintage ones. So I thought that was kind of fun. And there's a little spinner on that. And I guess they even have the boxes still in there. But those are empty. All the pieces are here. And the last little 2 piles to share with you. So I did pick up some, again, for half off. This one was originally 10 cents, so I paid 5 cents for it. And this whole pile here was $2, so I paid $1 for it. And I'm just looking for some more wood rulers for a project. I have a shelf that I'm putting up vintage rulers on the side of it. And I just needed a few more. And so I'm thinking, you know, these ones will just work to fill in some gaps, possibly. This one was from, like, Smokey the Bear. I thought that one was kind of fun. And the last little pile I have to share is rubber stamps. Again, all of these I paid half off of the original. So this original one was $5, and I got it for $2.50. And I'll open it up. I haven't opened these up yet. I just kind of peeked at them. And I was picking it up. My nephew is having a baby. And I have a couple baby rubber stamps or baby shower type ones. And I picked it up just because I really like this one, Stampin' Up! One. I just wanted something different. I'm kind of tired of all the baby stamps that I have because I only have like 5 or 6. And I've been using them for 20 years. You know, when I get invited to baby showers or baby things. And so I just thought that one was cute. I like that one. So some of these I'll probably bring back to the thrift store eventually. This one was kind of cute with the horse and the little cowboy. This one says baby shower on it. But I don't really see myself using that one, definitely. This one maybe, so I'll probably keep that one. I'll keep this one. And I already have one that says name weight. So there's no reason to keep that one. So I'll probably thrift those back. And I'll keep those 3. But I really like that one rubber stamp. So I just kept, you know, bought it for that reason. This one was originally $3 and it was $1.50. And this one's more that this one had a lot of like hand stamped with love by, hand stamped, handcrafted, just to give me a couple other ones to play with. Original design by. And these ones, even though they say Stampin' Up! On them, you can, like, I cover them up, like if I want to use them on the back of a card and I'm not using Stampin' Up! Stamps, I will just cover this up or not put ink on it. So then you're just inking this top part. So I picked those ones up. And then these sets are all unmounted. And this one had a few more of the like handmade by Stampin' Up! Ones and some other ones in there. And then it also had the heart ones in there. And so original price was $3, so it was $1.50. So I picked that one up. I liked some of the hearts and I liked some of the handmade ones on the back. And then this one was $3, so I paid $1.50. And I liked the little bird with the flowers on it, and I liked the sentiments on it. So I picked that one up. And it says the name of the stamp set was Peace Within. I don't know if that's a Stampin' Up! One or not. I'm assuming maybe it is. Because the box is a Stampin' Up! Box. On the side it says Stampin' Up! So I presume that it is. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But that was everything that I did find thrifting. And again, the majority of it was 50% off. And I will share with you real quick. I'll just post a little picture. I'll insert a picture of the wedding dress. But just again, wanted to thank everybody so much for watching today. And let me know what you think of my thrift haul. What you would have thrifted. What you maybe would have left alone. I'm always curious to see what people think. And until next time, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and happy crafting.